What's up, everybody? I'm Novo coming at you with another one. Thought I would check in on ACDC. Um, so this thing ran up as a recap almost to $1, and then it started to crash on the way up. I think I sold at 53, and I started accumulating at 45 and 40. We had this little run up. I sold my 45 position at, I should have this ready. I think it was like 51, 50. Yeah, 51. So I sold, I don't know, 10,000 shares at 51, and I'm hoping to get down around 40 again. But let's zoom in on ACDC and see what it's doing. So we just basically squared off the top. This might actually should be down here, right about there, and close enough. So as we zoom in, we can see that, we have the blow off, the first bounce, the second bounce, and this is going to be a dirty third bounce. Um, but we need to have a higher high. We've got higher lows. We don't have higher highs yet. In fact, it looks like further down pressure. So this thing might still have to sort itself out. Kind of like it might be somewhere up around here. And maybe a little bit lower. Probably somewhere around there. Anyways, so we've got this zigzag pattern happening. We'll have to have a higher high so that we can challenge up again. Yeah, so I basically bought down. I'm still looking at this target. It's still, we could have a panic sell down around the 30-cent mark. So I think it's good to have a Hail Mary set down there. But we are looking at, I think, a major potential date swing would be right around mid-March. So we still may see a bit of a sell-off. This may be a fake bounce to trap some traders and then come and test down here again. If we use a GAN box from top, nah, not working. Delete. The wedge that I'm looking at, I'm sure it's very visible to everybody, but for those that don't see it, this is what I'm looking at right here. Oops, that's not what I want. There we are. From here to here, as we zoom in, that's pretty well a solid trading range that we're going to see. And if we see a higher high above 48, I'll start feeling more bullish than bearish. And if this thing starts to run, let's clone. Oh, there it is there. Just checking to see roughly. We may be in this channel as we head forward. So something to also look at if this thing starts to run. We're just meeting the resistance that's over here, right? Now, this was a catalyst about, well, it was a pump shortly after they released, I don't know, a battery for RVs or something. I don't see it here. Anyways, there's something about a battery for RV and some orders going out. So this is the first sign, the first green candle that we show above, and it looks like we're going to see a cross above the zero. So we'll probably come back down, get a couple more red candles before we start to go. This is just a blip, and it could be this, uh, or it could be like this, and then it's coming back down again, right? So we may grind out for a little bit more. We do see accumulation happening on the half day. So over the last two trading days has been more buying than selling. So the buyers are starting to come in, and we can see we're not really like this. I think we're close to this. So I think we are going to be heading into another move. I just think it'll be stretched out longer than the previous cycle. But APO and MACD getting ready to head up again, and we'll have to break this momentum here at what is that, 13, so that we can continue up higher. RSI and money flow index kind of dropping down a bit, obviously, because we've dropped down in price, right? And we're waiting to see if we find support somewhere. And if we look, let's get a vertical line. Okay, so we had resistance here, came back down, we found support. Here we are at support again. It probably drag out one more bounce on support, and then maybe this will start running again. So I'm starting to feel bullish about another run, but that doesn't mean that this is the lowest we're going to go. Still have to accumulate. Let me try this one more time. Trying to encapsulate here. Okay, so let's look at this for a future trading range. And we will delete that. So this is kind of what we're looking for. And then maybe this will come up and test. I don't know, but I think we see this resistance level of 55, 56, 55 that we need to break so that we show a higher high. This may be our resistance line, preventing us from going any higher, and then we'll come back down and we'll start testing lower lows. So hoping for a push up. Need more volume to start stepping in here. I just see accumulation, right? We're just in a resting accumulation zone. We'll finish this flag, and then hopefully we continue on to what we've been doing in the past. Let's check weekly real quick. And I'm going to turn APO MACD off and go full screen. So lots of buying pressure down here. Looks like we may not get down here. Got a lot of buyers all the way down to about 37 or so. Excuse me. So this wick may get up around, 56. So the next one might be coming back down to test on the weekly before we continue up. But what did we have? We have 1, 2, 3 by the fourth week. So 1, 2, 3. Maybe next week we'll see a nice run, or the week after. I think it'll be the week after. On monthly, not really much to say. We're opening and technically higher than the 49 close from the previous month. So that looks pretty good, so to speak. And back to daily. So let's look at level 2. Off screen, ACDC. So our selling pressure, we've got like 600,000 sitting at 54, 577,000 sitting at 55. And then after that, onesie, twosies, 100K there, 100K there. 48,000 sitting at around 59. On the buyer side, it looks like people are setting up at 51 and 50. Those two prices together are about 400,000. And below that, the last strong point, 165,000 sitting at 49, which was that monthly close. So this buyer is playing the monthly candle if there's nobody else in here. I'm not sure if there is or not. We've got about 3.9 million trading volume today. Bid size looks weak at 53, and funny, there's 1.2 at 54, which is different from what I see on level 2. That's kind of strange, but anyway, we still have selling pressure that we have to punch through, but we have higher lows, and now we need to finish off with higher highs. If this candle finishes 57.5, I think our next candle might come back down and then start testing possibly this line down here. If we go to hourly, well, there's that gap up that got filled. Yeah, I think this might roll over just one more time. Haven't turned on the rabbit hole yet. What do we got here? Okay, that guy is, we can turn that off. That's for Bitcoin. Well, I mean, that's a good sign. We may see support at 50 cents if we come back down. That's the 50. We punched through once, resisted, punched through twice, hopefully support, and then we'll see that consolidation happening, which might be off of this leg. Oops, this leg here. I thought this was going to be a short video. Never is. Um, let's get a consolidation bowl happening. Right about there. Shorten it up. Can't quite get it, but that's pretty much what I'm thinking about. Maybe a lower low and then a higher high. Excuse me. And then this will decide whether it had 3 legs down or if it's going to have 4, right? So we have 1, 2. The third one should be longer and it should be like jagged before we see it heading back up again. So if we head up to here, and the lowest point is down there. If this ends up being the lowest low and we start following up this parabola, it could be that we'll have a new all-time high by, what is that, March 8th? That would be nice, but I don't think that's going to happen that soon. So if we stretch this out a smidge more, I'm trying to find like some resonance here. March 15th. It's kind of looking a little better. If we use this as resistance, this may be our top clone. One of these. So this channel here might be our trading channel as things start to get more parabolic. The jumps might be a little higher. So have put that on your radar anyway. I think it's almost ready to go. I just think one more leg down. I've been getting a lot of, excuse me, I've been getting a lot of requests on this one. But I I just don't think it's I don't think it's ready yet. We still need more fear to sell off more so that smarter money can step in and steal the coins away from the impatient. So this may just be a noisy run up, and this might actually be one leg, right? So on the lower time frame, we saw 1, 2, 3. This might be one leg. I'm not sure about this here. It's possible this might be number two, but I think we need one more pullback. And if this thing runs up hard, then I'll feel even more bullish. Hopefully, seeing lower low down here, right? We'll kind of trickle up and then come back down and then up, and then it'll go sideways for a long, long time. But right now, mostly selling off on the daily, and we've had 2 full days of buying back. Same argument over here. I don't know. Maybe sometime this week. I just think we need a lower price. Anyway, that is still my zone that I want to finish off in, that I'm hoping for. The 200 is fast approaching that. And the support on the 350 here. The 50 is also moving up. Technically the 20, the 50, and the 200 are all lined up. And I may lose this buy opportunity because the 50 is starting to pop through. And the only way that's going to happen is if we lose support on the 50 on the half day, and then we'll test the 200 down around this zone. Yeah, I'm indecisive on what this is going to do, but right now I just don't think it'll go up too high. And then after that, we need to see if we see support along the 50, or if it breaks, we're going to be looking down here. All right. So those are the key price levels to be watching for ACDC. I still think there's time. Trade safe.